Hi guys, it's Emily, and today I'm here to bring you a book haul. I've gotten several books this spring, and they're from a variety of places, so let's just get started. The first book I've gotten this spring is The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon, and this is a book I've already read. But I got this at the little free library that I go to, and I traded The Invention of Wings for it because I think I would like to reread it again sometime. And it's just a nice book, and I didn't really have anything else at the little free library that I particularly wanted, so I figured why not get this. The next two books I got are from McKay's Used Books, which is a store I like to go to in Nashville. It's an amazing place, so if you're ever in Nashville, you should come look at it because it's like book lover heaven. The first book I got there was Virginia Woolf's A Room of One's Own, and this is a book I've been hearing a lot about on BookTube and on Goodreads, and I've never read anything by Virginia Woolf, so I figured I'd check it out, and it was only like $2, so why not? The next book I got has been on my TBR for a while, and this is The Liars Club by Mary Karr. I first heard about this from Ashley at Climb the Stacks here on YouTube, and she highly recommended it, and it was only 75 cents at McKay's, so why not, yeah? And then the next 4 books I got at a library book sale at a suburb of Nashville. I saw online they were having a book sale, and I decided to go check it out, and I'm glad I did because I got lots of good books. So first of all, I got The Devil in the White City by Erik Larson, and this is another book I've heard a lot about on Goodreads. It seems like it's a very popular read right now, and everything at this book sale was only $2, so I figured why not for $2, yeah? I don't really know much about this except that it's about like a murder that took place at the World's Fair, and it's a nonfiction book, so I'm not exactly sure what it's about, though, besides that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to checking this out. The next book I got was Bring Me a Unicorn by Morrow Lindbergh. This is a collection of her diaries, and I actually own this book at my parents' house. I have a copy of it, but it's a very old, beat-up copy, and the cover is torn off. And I've never read it because I've always been like, oh, the cover is torn off and I don't like it and blah, blah, blah. And so when I saw this at the book sale, I was like, okay, I'm going to get this and finally read this book. And then I can give away my old battered copy without the cover. And I can get this off my TBR finally. The next book I got was The Boys in the Boat by Daniel James Brown, and this is another book that's been pretty popular lately on Goodreads and on YouTube, and I just figured I would check it out. And it sounds like my cup of tea. It's also nonfiction. I love nonfiction, so I read a lot of that, and it's about the 1936 Olympics and the rowing team and how they, I suppose, bring America together during the Depression. Once again, this isn't a book I know a whole lot about. It's just that I've seen it a lot, and I was like, oh yeah, I should get that. The next book I got was Mrs. Adams in Winter by Michael O'Brien. I got this because I got American Phoenix by Jane Hampton Cook a few months ago, and I started it, and I wasn't really feeling it, and I went online to look at the reviews to decide whether or not I should keep going, and one of the people that reviewed it recommended this book and said that this was a better book about the same subject as American Phoenix, and so I got this. I haven't given away American Phoenix yet, but I feel like I might read this and then decide that American Phoenix isn't for me. I don't know yet. I haven't decided, but American Phoenix I started it and it wasn't going so well. So maybe I'll like this better. This is about Louisa Adams, John Quincy Adams' wife, and how she was in Russia, and then during the winter of like 1805 or something. Oh, no, 1815. She's traveling to Paris to meet up with John Quincy, and so it's about her journey. So yeah, another nonfiction read that I think I will really enjoy. The last book I got at the book sale that I haven't read yet is, well, no, that's not true. Okay, hold up. I have read this book, but it's the last book that I haven't read recently that I got at the book sale. But this is The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry by Rachel Joyce, and I read this back in 2014 and really loved it, and I read it from the library, and so I have always wanted to get my own copy because I love it, and I would definitely want to reread it again. So I got this for $2, and I really do want to check it out. But I feel like I have this guilt when I like reread books. I'm like, there's so many other books I could be reading right now. Why am I rereading the same book? But yeah, I really enjoyed this book. It's about Harold Fry, and he's an old gentleman in England, rural England, and he gets a letter from an old friend, and he decides he wants to go visit her, and he's like in such a messed up mood about life. He just like leaves his house and starts walking across England to get to the place where his friend lives. And it's just a really interesting book, and I really enjoyed it when I read it. And I'm looking forward to rereading it again. The last place I got books recently was at my local Goodwill. I don't know if this is true for all Goodwills, but my local Goodwill, the first Saturday of every month, they have a half-off sale. So everything in the store is half-off. And so I went and got a few books, and I have two that I have not read yet. And the first one of these is The Professor and the Madman by Simon Winchester. And this is yet another book that I have heard about on Goodreads and on YouTube. And I just decided to get it because it was so cheap at Goodwill. And this is about the making of the Oxford English Dictionary and how there was a murderer that somehow helped with the creation of the dictionary. And once again, I don't really know that much about it, but it sounds really interesting. It's another nonfiction, and I'm looking forward to it. The last book I have picked up recently is Reaching for the Invisible God by Philip Yancey. And I got this because I was helping a patron at work, and she was looking for a book, and it had a certain phrase in it, and I Googled that phrase, and this is one of the books that came up. And I got this out of the library at work, and then I left it on my nightstand for like a month, and I never picked it up until finally I was like, I'm just gonna take it back, and if it comes around again, I'll get it. And I went to Goodwill, and here it was for like $1 at Goodwill, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it because it's $1, and then I don't have to worry about like not taking it back anytime soon. So yeah, I will be getting to this one eventually. I don't really know. This is about like what you do if you feel like God isn't around and how you maintain a good relationship with him, which is something I've been struggling with lately. So I am looking forward to reading this sometime. I don't know when though. Yeah, so that's the latest acquisitions to my book pile. I have 17 books in Nashville right now that I have not read, which is crazy. And I have like 46 books, like both in Nashville and at my parents' house that I haven't read. 46 books, y'all. That'd be crazy. I need to get them read. But we'll see. And yeah, so that's all I got for now. I will talk to y'all later. I hope everyone's having a great May. Bye!